Hello, true believers. High definition here, and today I have a pretty nice treat for current Avengers players, possibly even older players that probably left, and new players that may want to pick the game up eventually. Over here on the Play Avengers subreddit, we have been treated to a handful of charts showing all of the hero set gear for all of the characters in the game so far, with the exception of the raid gear. Now, this would not be possible at all without the efforts of this guy right here, Ugly God 25 on Reddit, and of course the folks that assisted him on getting all of this information. I'll leave all of this in the description below if you want to check these charts out for yourself and say thanks to the creator. As you see here, each set involves a melee, ranged, defense, and heroic piece. Plus, there are 3 sets. There's the classic set that you get from hives and villain sectors, technical sets that you get from vaults and last Avenger standing, and the apex set that you get from flashback and priority missions. More of that explained in this video over here. You should check it out if you haven't already. Today, I figured it would be pretty fun going through each character's hero set gear together and pick the best out of each melee, range, defense, and heroic piece for that character. So what we're doing, we're essentially making the best mix set for each character on the roster so far. It may even be the same set for some characters, we'll see. If you guys enjoy this topic, a like would be super appreciated. Subscribe to this channel and ring the bell for all things Marvel. Here we cover not just Avengers content, but everything Marvel related. We're gonna do like number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 3 is going to be least used set gear. Number 2 is like my number 2 choice, like in the middle, that I may use, depending on the situation. And number 1 is the gear set that I probably would choose most of the time. This is basically my ranking for Miss Marvel's hero set gear. We have her melee set with the class of the Safa classic set. We have the adornments of the Safa at her number 1 for the classic set as well. And then we have the Marvelous body armor at number 1. And feeding off of it, we have the heroic with the Marvelous regalia. So yeah, let me know in the comments below how you feel about that Miss Marvel ranking. Will you be farming for these specific gear sets? And let me know if I need to change some of these numbers up. So yeah, we're just having fun here. So yeah, I just figured this would be a fun little, thing to do. And also kind of gets you thinking a little bit on what sets you want to work for and farm for. Next up, we have one of my favorite characters, Black Widow. If I had to pick between one or the other, Red Room Coil and Natasha's Coil, probably will go to the Red Room Coil. Because of the fact, I don't know how substantial of a healing this Strike Rush is. And then also, you gotta wait for that overcharge, that Shadow Ops to activate. So I don't know how I feel about Natasha's Coil, but I know Red Room Coil is gonna be number 1. So this is gonna be my ideal Black Widow setup. Got your Infiltrator's Gauntlets as the classic set melee. For a range set, you got the technical Red Room Arsenal. And then you have the defense Apex set at number 1 for the Natalia's Cloak. And then for the heroic, I have Red Room Coil over here for number 1. So let's actually compare, see how different it is from Kamala. A little different, okay. Slightly different, interesting. So yeah. Next up, let's go to Captain America. We got classic set, almost straight down the board for Cap. And we have the heroic set being the technical set. So there we go for Cap. Next we have Thor, the Girdle of the Thunderer. It's definitely a lot more better for multiple situations for Thor. So I would pick that. This is personally my pick. You might want to switch around these number 2 picks for yourself. It's up to you how you want to build your Thor, but this is personally how I feel I want to build Thor. Let me know in the comments below what you think as well. Moving on, we have one of my other favorite characters, Iron Man. We have his Apex sets, pretty much. I feel like they kind of outshine his other ones up here. And then we have his defensive classic set at number 1, and his Apex set as well. So you almost all Apex for Iron Man. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Iron Man's build setup over here. How are you building your Iron Man? Let me know down below. Moving on to Hulk. I think his Apex set is pretty solid, especially with the attention to his taunts. So maybe even with his defensive piece, his defensive set might even be able to be switched out with 1 and 2. But yeah, I think his Apex set is pretty solid for Hulk. Let me know down below what you think about these picks as well. Moving on, we have Kate Bishop. You can kind of switch between Kate's number 2. Basically this, number 2, the Provocator's Charm and the Hockingbird's Charm, both seem pretty solid in my opinion. But at the end of the day, I would probably go for her whole technical set. That Hawkbird set, this Hawkbird set seems pretty solid. But you can switch out this Provocator's Charm if you desire to do that. This is a pretty hard choice for Kate, but I would probably stick with the whole technical set for her. It will all work really well. But if you need to, you could definitely switch the Provocator's Charm and the Hockingbird's Charm out, and you would do fine. Either way, I think those are both solid picks, but I think her best pick is this whole technical set for Kate. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Kate Bishop's hero set gear. Moving on to her mentor, we have Hawkeye. But I personally would stick to his technical set for the melee and range, and the Apex set for his defensive and his heroic. Let me know down below what you think Hawkeye's best gear is. You know, how are you building your Hawkeye? Let me know down below. Moving on, we have Black Panther. This is pretty much how I'm feeling for Black Panther. I feel pretty confident about this setup. We get basically have 2 of his melee setups at number 1, pretty solid picks. And we have his defense and heroic slots for the Apex sets. I think some very solid choices here as well. But let me know in the comments below if you see anything different that I'm not seeing here. I personally see a pretty decent build here. Let me know if you see anything different down below. Moving on to the best and the last, Spider-Man. Personally, I feel that, you know, this is a decent gear set as well, heroic piece for Spider-Man. But at the end of the day, I feel these other 2 are a bit better and more fun as well for the character. Well, there you have it, some pretty solid builds that you can farm for outside the raid and OLT. But this question's for you though. Did this video encourage you to make a perfect build? Let me know down below. Don't forget to drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to this channel and ring the bell for Marvel content of all kinds every week. I'm also on Twitch and Twitter if you're hungry for more Marvel there too. As always though, thank you so much for watching, and peace.